Frida Kahlo is a very famous Mexican painter, and she's the person I will be doing my biography retrospective on. She's very well known, and she was born July 6, 1907 in Coyoacán, Mexico City, and died July 13th, 1954. She was married to Diego Rivera, but they had a lot of roughships and hardships in their relationship, and it was a lot of affairs, and this can be seen throughout her art. She was known for her paintings, and she had a very hard life and very tough. She faced many difficult situations. She had polio, and this affected her life a lot, and it hurt her ability to be able to walk. And then she would soon, at the age of 18, she would get into a very severe car crash, which would hurt her spine, and she would have spinal damage. And this can be seen in some of her paintings, like the Broken Column, where her spine is represented by a broken column, trying to represent her difficulty and the chronic pain that she had to face throughout her life. And another thing is she also had a miscarriage in 1932. These can be seen in a lot of of her paintings, like The Nurse and Her. And then that can also be seen in another painting of hers, which is The Girl with the Death Mask, representing about how children don't escape death. This was many hardships she had to face, and she faced many issues within herself, but she was a very strong woman who broke barriers, and she was not afraid to go against the social construct and what a woman should be. She wasn't afraid to not dress femininely. She dressed very abnormally compared to the other women, and her unibrow was seen as very not normal or not the norms of the time. She was a person who was willing to go out of her way and to become a person who changed the world. She's a very person who is out there, and I think that can be reflected in her art and the way she saw herself. There was another thing where all the artists said she was surrealism because the paintings she painted were very into the subconscious, but she fought, saying that her art was her reality, and that is stuff and hardships that she had to face. And she mostly painted nature and artifacts and portraits of herself. She's known for many self-portraits, and she also included her husband, Diego Rivera, who's also an artist of the time, into her artwork too. She was a self-taught painter. She learned everything she known from herself, and she eventually died at the age of 47, and she died from a pulmonary